Hey, good morning, Comic World. It is about to be Christmas in March. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this package for so long. It is, you might recognize this box. It's fragile. It's Italian, so it must be fancy. It is my CGC submission back from, I submitted back in, I think, to get pressed and cleaned back in October. So it's been quite a while. And so welcome to Clyde, and I've got pressing issues. Let me open up this box and we'll go over what we have. I have not seen the grades. I've been trying to keep myself. I actually had the package overnight and it took everything in my power not to open this up ahead of time. So I'll be right back with after I open up the boxes and we'll do the reveal. We'll see the grades. All right, we've got the box open up and I'm ready to explore the grades here. And we do have our guesses ahead of time, or excuse me, my guesses ahead of time, and we'll try to go over that and see how well I did with my pre-guessing. Now, when I first submitted these, I had never submitted books before, and honestly, I've never even owned a slab book, so I really didn't know what the grades are. So my expectations, I don't know how accurate it was at the time. Looking back, maybe a little high. I don't think they're too bad, but we'll see how they come out and how I compare to what CGC says. So you'll be finding out at the same time as I am. So we shall go ahead with this. Let's see. They got a lot. They're packaged pretty well. They have this, thick corrugated cardboard everywhere. Some bubble wrap. Gotta save this. Some good old bubble wrap. Keep it away from my kids because they like to pop it. Who doesn't like to pop some good bubble wrap? So this is the first book. Let's see, what is this? Okay, this is one of the Amazing Spider-Man number 4, volume 3, first appearance of Cindy Moon, Silk. So I don't know if this is my higher grade one or my lower grade one, but we're going to find out soon. So, oops, wrong side. 9.8. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. So this one probably is the one that I got from Randy Resnake and Regie Collects. So if you don't follow Regie Collects on YouTube, he is a great YouTuber, and he's got a fantastic community, and he had a basically a thank you, like he gave away a bunch of stuff, and this was donated by one of his followers, one of his soldiers, Randy Resnake, who donated this copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 4, which is the first appearance of Cindy Moon. Cindy Moon got really hot there for a little while. It did cool off a little bit, but I think it's gonna probably get back hot again. Cindy Moon has her Silk title is about to start up next month, I believe, maybe even this month, and it's going to be this is a great book. I'm very, very excited, very happy to get this at a 9.8, and this is starting off with a bang. All right, on to number 2. I think it's the same book. Yes, this is again, same book. This is the lower grade one, or I'm assuming it's the lower grade one. It's the one I got, I bought online, but it was kind of packaged very badly. So let's see what comes out. It is, it's a 9.8 also. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. I have 2 9.8s. Oh, thank you very much. This is fantastic. Oh, and let me give a huge shout out to my presser on these books. This was by the man Erod 212 or Erod 212, Where the Players Dwell. He's a fantastic YouTuber. You have to check him out, and he's a pressing service, and it's a express pressing and grading. Follow him on Instagram. I'll look it up. I'll put a link on the book. He does a fantastic job. Great presser. I'm not, I highly suggest it. I mean, he's very busy. He's a guy that does this, I guess, on the side, but he has a great content channel, good information, and good prices. Passes on his discount to submit onto you, so you have it's great value. If you want to maximize your books, I highly suggest pressing and cleaning your books before you send them off. I just can't speak highly enough about doing that. Some of the modern books you can probably get away with sending them out without doing that, but the difference between a 9.8 and a 9.6, it about doubles. So I would highly suggest, if you think that there's a chance that you can get that one grade bump up, then do it. $10, $12, it's worth it. I would do it 10 times out of 10. All right, moving on to the next book. Wow, I'm so excited. All right, this book is, okay, this is, I saw the back, so I recognize the book. This is Amazing Spider-Man 361. It is the first appearance of Carnage. Again, this is a book that has a folded corner on the bottom right, and the bottom left was a little bit dinged, so I thought this would be probably about a 8.0 after press, because I really don't know how they would grade that color breaking crease. So let's see where it goes. 8.5. Okay, all right, better than I thought. Great book, fantastic. Again, this is if you see, I don't know how well it comes out in the camera. If you can see right here, there's a folded crease. That's really the only major flaw in the book. There's a slightly dulled corner over here, but this crease, it runs about 3/4 of an inch diagonally across the corner. That's really what hurt the book. But again, this is probably come from a reckless 17-year-old putting it in a bag and just not even noticing I caught a corner. So great book either way. First Carnage. Carnage is going to be coming out in the Venom 2 movie, which is going to be out, I have no idea when. Welcome to COVID times. Moving on to the next book. Wow. Okay, so far, Erod, you're killing it. So let's move on to the next book. All right, Amazing Spider-Man 316. This is the first cover appearance of Venom. It is his third-ish appearance overall. It gets kind of iffy about what is when you have cameos and first appearances, but this is definitely, well, his first major cover issue. 315 has a little window with him in the corner of it. It's I guess it's a Hydra Man cover. But this is Todd McFarlane, often homage cover. Great book. This was in fantastic shape when I had it. This was, I thought, was a, I think I had, at the time, I think I might have said, what did I say? It's a 9.4, but I think it was, honestly, it's a 9.6 plus, so this has got good chances to be better than that. So let's see where it comes at. 9.6. Okay, all right. That's a great grade. It's a great grade. I was hoping for a 9.8, but I can't be upset with that because, like I said, I think I said 9.4 at the time, and this is a super hot book, and it's like after Amazing Spider-Man 300, this is the second biggest Venom cover. So, all right, good books. So far, so good. Moving on here. I didn't see it. I don't know if you guys did. This is X-Men 266. This is the first appearance of Gambit, kind of. It's the debate between this and Annual 14, which has him also in it. But this one's definitely more prominent. He's on the cover. He's got a more prominent storyline. I think he's in like a couple panels on the other book. So this is the one that most collectors consider his first appearance. I'm not one to debate. There's other YouTubers that'll argue about that with me, but I think this one's the one that most people want. So what did I said? This one was a little bit bent up. I think it got bent in my box a long time ago. This one, I think I said 8.5 to 9.0 pre-press, and hopefully like a 9.4 after press, because I thought that the crease or the bend was not color breaking. So let's see how it came out. 9.4. Okay, great job, fantastic. Again, this is I'm very happy with all these grades so far. Everything's pretty much spot on. As you can see here, the wrap is pretty terrible, but that's something that's a manufacturer's defect, so they don't printer defect, they don't grade that against you. Now, some people, when they're buying books, they don't necessarily want, they obviously want to get the best presenting. So if it's a 9.4 that looks, like this, and they have a 9.4 that's more centered perfectly, they're going to take that one. You're going to pay a little bit more for that. But this is what it is. It's a great book, good story, good introduction. You have a youth Storm she got after. All right, so I was talking about the story here. This was this is the most people consider the first appearance of Gambit, but then the storyline is a cool story. After, I think it was the Fall of the Mutants, they thought that, this might have been Inferno, they thought that Storm was dead, and she was de-aged, and she became a pickpocket back in Cairo. She was, this is a teenage version of Storm. So Gambit kind of became her guardian, which was pretty cool. But yeah, they got him in the box here. It's a great book, good read. Unfortunately, I haven't read it in quite a while. I have to go back and look at that story. All right, so since I'm filming here in my store, occasionally I get interrupted by customers, but I gotta pay the bills. So unfortunately, while that happened, I actually got to peek at a grade that I didn't want to see ahead of time. So next is not going to be a surprise for me because I just saw it. But this is another Todd McFarlane cover. This is the second battle between Wolverine and the Hulk. This is an Incredible Hulk 340. Again, another iconic Todd McFarlane cover. Just beautiful, often homaged. Again, this is a fantastic book. I think my grades ahead of time, I think I said 9.4. So, surprise, surprise, 9.6. Again, knocking it out the park. These just are great books. Very happy with all the grades so far. Everything's been at what I wanted or slightly exceeded it. So, I'm impressed with myself, my grading guesses, but maybe I've just been lucky so far. Let's see how, when I get to 6.0 with the last book, then I'm going to be very sad. So, moving on to the next book. This is Omega Men #3, the first appearance of Lobo. Not much to say about this one. I think I had this as a 9.0. I bought it from a comic shop in Silver Spring back when I was a kid, probably about 8 to 10 years after it came out initially. So this is back when Lobo blew up the first time, when his first solo title came out around 90, 91. And I think he's due to come back out, become more prominent. Let's see what the grade is. That isn't, I don't know. Oh my goodness. I'm absolutely stunned. I am stunned. This is hats off to Erod. There was some color smudges on this one that I just didn't think. I thought that he must have cleaned it up nicely, wow. I'm absolutely floored on that grade. Again, maybe I was being too harsh on the smudging, and maybe when it got cleaned up, that it's wow, 9.8, unbelievable. Okay, this has been, whew. All right, on to the last book. I know what this is because it's the last one left. This was my copy of Ultimate Fallout 4, second print. Since I had been away from comics for a while, I had missed out on Miles Morales, so I was going back and I was trying to pick up some books. I obviously want a Ultimate Fallout 4 first print, but it's just astronomical to try to find that in the last 6 months. If I got maybe a year ago, I could have maybe got it at a reasonable price, but now I'm not really willing to pay $1,000 for a low grade and like over $2,000 for a high grade. So I was able to find this one for relatively inexpensive, and I'm very happy with it. I think I graded it at 9.4 to 9.6 range. And let's see, this is the second print. You can tell because you can actually see Miles' face. On the first print, it's in shadow, and actually the top of his head's cut off. So the second print might be actually more desirable because it does reveal his face. There's also the Sarah Pacelli cover. That it's just him taking off the mask, which is like this scene from the inside of the issue. So 9.4 to 9.6 was my guess. 9.6. Okay, good. Again, very happy with that. This is still a fantastic book to have. I'm very happy to have it. Again, eventually I would like to have maybe a first print, but this is, if you can find this, I would definitely scoop it up because Miles is around to stay. As a black person growing up, I didn't really have there was Black Panther, and there was a couple other Falcon and a couple other black heroes, but there really wasn't any kids that were that you say, hey, I can identify with that person. And Miles, being a Afro-Hispanic kid from New York City, I grew up outside of DC in Maryland, the suburbs of Maryland. It's good to see representation, and if you don't see yourself, you can't really. It's hard to relate. I did not that I didn't enjoy Peter Parker. He's fantastic, and I don't see any of me in Wade Wilson or Logan, but just to see a young black man as a hero is important. So this is fantastic. I'm very happy with all of these grades. Everything was at or above what I expected. The stunner of the Omega Man 3. Omega Man 3 was just everything else, and honestly that the two Silk 9.8s, I expected one to be a 9.8. The second one is a little bit of a shocker, but I'm going to have to again, hats off to Erod 212. All right, well, that pretty much wraps up the video, at least the reveal portion. And I just wanted to go over a couple of the things after I finished. I wanted to thank everybody that allowed this to happen. I really want to give a shout out to Erod 212. You can find him on Instagram under Erod 212, and he has Express Comic Book Pressing, or Express CBP. Great YouTuber. He's got a channel in there. He goes over some basically some hunting videos and some reveals. So he does a lot of pressing for pretty much a lot of the YouTubers that you may follow already. Just awesome guy, very helpful with information. Good channel to follow. But if you wanted to look into getting your books pressed, which again I highly suggest, especially for things that aren't fresh off the shelf, and even sometimes those need to get pressed because with the new presses they're a little bit they're wavy. So if you want to maximize your grades, then pressing and cleaning is definitely the way to go. Also wanted to thank Randy Resnake and Regie Collects. Reggie has a fantastic channel where he explores the collecting hobby as on a more macro level. He does a little bit of other stuff too, but he's got a great channel. He puts out 4+ videos a week. Lots of information where he talks about the hobby and how to collect, or how he collects, and really of the mindset of exploring of things on the main level, not just speculation videos. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but wants to explore the history behind characters, or what's the best, make the best out of your hobby, or how to explore the hobby but not get caught up in fear of missing out or FOMO. And Randy, who's the person that donated a copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 4 with the silk that I submitted. So Randy and Reggie, thank you very much. Also wanted to thank Jeff Superscript, who's got another YouTube channel that when I was looking to try to understand how to submit or what I'm looking for so I have a reasonable expectation of grades, there really wasn't virtually nothing out there that took a book from the pre-grading and then grading and going through the whole process and seeing what the grades were when they came back. I did find his video pretty much as simultaneously as I was submitting my making my video, but he has some good content. It takes a long time to do this. From the time that I videotaped it, shipped it to the presser, he pressed it, shipped it to CGC, and they shipped it back to me. It's been 6 months, so this is a long process. So YouTubers, people aren't really the patience to do this. It's not something where people have done. Maybe will influence more people to do that. But Jeff Superscript, he's done a couple videos like that, and he has a lot more content now. So that's another person I would suggest keep an eye out for. Another couple other YouTubers that have good content that I like a lot. Skeff's comic knowledge. Skeff's good energy, very enthusiastic about the hobby. Really seems to enjoy the hobby, and that's important to me. I don't want people to feel like it's a slog or it's just something to make money. I want you to feel like you're enjoying it, and if you have a passion for it, it's really infectious, and Skeff really definitely has that. And then another one would be let's see, Comically Correct. Comically Correct Comics again he has gives lots of information, does a lot of stats. And again, I am a little bit analytical, so I like to see the rationale behind stuff. And I'm not trying to, of the books I have, I'm not trying to flip most of them. Occasionally I might pick up something to help fund the hobby, to help me get towards the book that I wanted to get as a kid. My long-term goal is maybe to get a giant size X-Men 1, but the way that book's going right now, it's going to be hard to catch up to. But there's just so much good stuff out there. I would highly suggest you find these guys, and if you have any other questions, please like, subscribe. I'm not going to be regularly putting out content, so if you want more regular content, please follow the other people that I've mentioned. They have some good channels out there. But if you wanted more reveals, more information, when I have it, I will post it. And I don't necessarily like listening to my voice, but at the same time I do. I don't fancy myself as a YouTube star, but it'd be nice to be a little YouTube famous. But thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you guys, and give me a thumbs up. Thanks.